Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And even though we experienced the first day of fall Saturday evening, sure didn't feel like it today, did it? With temperatures in the mid-70s all across north central Washington. Here's a beautiful shot of the Wenatchee Valley from our jump-off ridge Sky-Fi tower camera. And just a few high clouds dotting the blue sky around north central Washington. Very light winds today as well. And I'll tell you what, it was a beautiful day, but we started off on the cold side, especially for our neighbors to the east, where Spokane was at 41 degrees this morning, 47 in the Wenatchee area, 38 for the folks in Moses Lake, and 42 the overnight low up in Winthrop. So even though we're experiencing these beautiful, unseasonably warm days, the nighttime still reminding us that it is fall, but we have more summer weather on the way, and we'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. A Chelan County Port District official says a decision could be coming later on this fall about a new nonstop flight to San Francisco. Several fire crews, engines, and air support were called to a commercial structure fire this morning on South Columbia Street in Wenatchee. And embattled Washington State House Representative Matt Manueller has announced that if elected in the upcoming election, he will not serve. But first, we begin tonight. A local attorney describes a comment made recently by a member of the Wenatchee School Board as sexist. Jim Brown submitted a letter to the board that calls for Sarah Knox to be disqualified for voting on hiring a consulting firm to search for a new superintendent after she said one of the firm's hires, quote, old white men. Brown references the September 17th board workshop at which Knox said she considered a firm unqualified because the firm employed old white men. Brown labeled the comment as racist, sexist, and age discriminatory that was made in the context of diversity. He suggested that Knox attend sensitivity training. Brown also cautioned the board that it faced possible litigation with respect to illegal discrimination in public contracting. He called on Knox to apologize for her comments and that she should consider resigning. Knox responded to the letter at Monday's special board meeting.
I did misspeak, and I am selfishly hoping that everyone in here has said at least one thing that when you lay in bed at night and you go, oh, I chose the wrong word. And so I appreciate that you still see the best in me, and I look forward to the opportunity to prove to everyone my professionalism, that my inappropriate turn of phrase or I was trying to be concise and condense and make a point. And
it had been a long day, and we were all a little goofy.
And so I'm looking forward to showing my professionalism.
Brown's letter prompted board discussion concerning the district's hiring policies as they relate to diversity. Board member Lara Jacks comments.
And if we look at the composition of the board right now, we are 4 females to 1 male. We do have a little bit of age diversity, but we are all light-skinned people. And we cannot prevent our own biases from influencing our perspective and our discussion and our decision making. It is important not only in the search for a superintendent, but it is important for the composition ultimately of the board, the staff. You mentioned ratios. I don't know if you have those figures, but there was an implication that we're off balance, but I'd like to see more information about whether or not that's true.
Thank you.
Brown's letter was entered into the public record, although the board took no action in response. The board did take action in the tentative selection of an Illinois-based firm to conduct the superintendent search. A final decision on a contract is pending board action at a later date. A Chelan County Port District official says a decision could be coming later this fall on a new nonstop flight to San Francisco. The port's business development manager, Craig Larson, says 3 companies have expressed an interest in providing the service, including United Airlines.
United is one of the 3 airlines where it makes sense to have the direct flight. They have a hub at SFO. The other airlines are SkyWest and Alaska Air. So they're one of the three.
The port so far has raised $1 million, including federal funds and local matching money to be used by the airline to offset any financial risk for providing the service. The airport also announced that Horizon Air will add a 4th daily scheduled flight to SeaTac during the Thanksgiving and Christmas New Year holidays. Well, several fire crews, engines, and air support were called to a commercial structure fire this morning on South Columbia Street in Wenatchee. A demolition crew was tearing out walls when Chelan County fire officials say something sparked material in an old paint booth, which likely sparked the blaze. One employee was in the building, mainly used for storage, at the time of the fire and reported it to police. An automatic sprinkler system aided fire crews in extinguishing the blaze fairly quickly, and there were no injuries. Embattled Washington State House Representative Matt Manueller has announced that, if elected in the upcoming election, he will not serve. The Republican lawmaker, who was recently terminated from his teaching position at Central Washington University as a result of an investigation into claims he sexually assaulted students, says he will not serve another term in the legislature. Manueller is on the November ballot against Democrat Sylvia Hammond. He says in a prepared statement that if he was elected, he plans to resign. Manueller was asked to resign by party leaders in response to new allegations he had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old high school student in 1997 when he was 27 years old. He has denied those accusations. Coming up next, Chelan County Search and Rescue conducts 40 to 50 search and rescue operations each year. We'll talk costs with Sheriff Brian Burnett. Wenatchee Valley College held a voter registration event today as part of the National Voter Registration Day observance. Economic challenges will be the subject of an upcoming Port of Chelan County Partners Breakfast. And a Kenroy Elementary teacher is one of 4 finalists for a National Teaching Award. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Welcome back. In another news, each year between 600 and 700 search and rescue operations are conducted in Washington state. On average, Chelan County accounts for 40 to 50 of those. Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett says operations range from a lost hiker to the removal of a body. Either way, it's expensive.
But overtime costs are going to be a big one, is when we have individuals and it takes 2 or 3 or 4 personnel to go in, to whether we insert them with a helicopter or where they're hiking in. Sometimes those can be overnight, and so the cost can get pretty expensive for those as well. And then obviously the use of our volunteer services. Can't say enough about the time and the energy and the money that they save us, and their enthusiasm when they get involved as well.
Search and rescue missions can cost upwards of $10,000 to $15,000, but Burnett says the county must bear the burden of those expenses.
The state law does not allow us to bill people, but we do put out an itemized inventory list of staffing and resources and what that search and rescue might have cost the taxpayers, and we'll send that out. And we've seen people send back in donations just for the thankfulness, because it was a good ending, happy story to something that could have went wrong, because sometimes people get injured in cold weather situations. It can go bad, and we're not be able to get people in there to get them out in time, and they can end up having being a fatality. So we've had some really good outcomes and people come back and say, hey, I want to pass this forward, and they've donated some money. And it's obviously, it might be a couple $1,000s in the big scope of things, where it might have cost $10,000, $15,000 for the overall event. It's still nice to say, hey, this is some money we can put back into the program and we can use for some equipment or training in the future.
Each year, the Emergency Management Division of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is tasked with estimating a budget for research and rescue operations. With more and more people recreating in the wilderness of Chelan County, that budget continues to climb. In other news, Wenatchee Valley College held a voter registration event today as part of the National Voter Registration Day observance. 2 booths were set up near the fountain in front of Van Tassel Hall to sign people up. Wenatchee Valley College Student Senate President Luz Estrada explained.
I think that a lot of people have just come up to us and just wanted to register to vote, so I think now more than ever we've had a bunch of people that just want to vote, whether it's because of continuing what is going on in the House or the Senate, or if they want to just completely change that. There's a lot of ignition for people to come out here and register.
Ncwlife Steve Hare talked with one of the newly registered voters, Chase Peterson.
Okay, so is this your first election or not?
Yes, it will be.
So what makes this election so important to you?
I just want to make sure my voice is heard and make sure I'm making a difference for my community and for like the future, and just make sure that the world I'm living in is the world I want to live in.
Great. So what do you see as the top issues going into this election?
Just like mainly like how people are treated. I want to make sure like people are treated the right way. I see a lot of stuff going around, and just there's a lot of inequality out there, and I want to make sure that the right person is in office that's gonna fix that.
Later tonight, the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center hosts a voter registration event, including a screening of the documentary Arctic Dance, The Marty Meary Story. The event starts at 7 p.m. and is free to the public. Well, the Port of Chelan County's Partners Breakfast on October 11th will feature speeches from Stamilk Growers President West Matheson, State Senator Brad Hawkins, and Chelan County PUD General Manager Steve Wright. The 3 will be addressing the region's biggest economic challenges. The breakfast will be at the Wenatchee Convention Center from 7:30 to 9 a.m. The Port, which will also be giving updates on its projects, holds the breakfast gatherings 3 times a year. The idea is to engage business leaders on important economic development issues, and if you're planning on attending, the Port would appreciate an RSVP by email at cami@portofchelancounty.com or call 663-5159. Kenroy Elementary teacher Veronique Paquette. Veronique Paquette is one of 4 Washington teachers named as a state-level finalist for a National Teaching Award. Paquette, who has been teaching for more than 30 years, will find out in the spring if she's been selected for a Presidential Award of Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. The East Wenatchee teacher has received numerous awards over the years for her innovative science instruction. She was a finalist for the same award back in 2014. It's the nation's highest honor for teachers of science, technology, engineering, and math. Winners receive $10,000 in addition to attending recognition events. You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the Ncwlife Evening News. Stay with us.
The physical therapists at Cascade Medical love the outdoors as much as you do. But sometimes where there's love, there's also pain. Let us help you get back to the activities that you love. Cascade Medical, partners in your health.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging in Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLife channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. The Seahawks announced Monday that Chuck Arnold will be the new team president. Arnold has been the CEO or COO since 2013, has been with the organization since 1994. He said being a Seahawks fan for life, it's a dream come true.
What an honor this is for me. I grew up at 12. I can remember driving up from Tacoma to the Kingdome, watching games. I used to rock a Steve Largent jersey. I remember making lots of noise. I also went to college locally. I went to Washington State University. And I remember my senior year applying for an internship at the Seattle Seahawks in 1994. Since then, I've spent the past 25 seasons with the team, growing and being part of almost every department in this organization. So as you could say, I've been connected to this team for my entire life.
The move is part of what they're calling a new management structure for Vulcan Sports and Entertainment, the company that oversees Paul Allen's professional sports franchises. Besides Arnold becoming team president, Chris McGowan replaces Peter McLaughlin, who was the CEO of Vulcan. According to the team, McLaughlin left the organization by mutual agreement. Meanwhile, the team is taking little time to revel in Sunday's win over Dallas as it quickly begins preparations for this week's game in Arizona. Coach Pete Carroll says he finally saw some signs where he wants the team to be.
Really good things happened, but most importantly, we saw what we can look like. And the first couple of weeks, it just didn't look right, and we were off. And the balance that we brought out and really was featured by the running game and the efforts and Shadi's job of calling the run really made things fit together really well. So it's a good start, and really feels like the season just started, and we're going to try to get cranking from here with a big division matchup coming up with Arizona.
Now, a looming question that remains is Earl Thomas. Thomas made 2 interceptions Sunday and was a key defender in Seattle's 24-13 victory, yet he said after the game he's not happy and will not practice every day. Carroll says they're working with Thomas on his position as they move forward.
I don't know, he played a real healthy football game and did a good job, and we're working through it. There's concerns. He has concerns about the business side of things, and very well noted, and I understand. I get it. And we're working through stuff, and he's doing a nice job, representing on the field and trying to do the best he can. And like I said, he had a great time playing football yesterday. He's enjoyed every one of these games. He's been very active all 3 games, and has had good opportunities, and he's trying to max them out. So.
The 1-3 Seahawks kick off against the 0-3 Cardinals Sunday at 1:05. Well, you hate to see an opposing team celebrate in your house. Such was the case for the Oakland A's last night at Safeco Field. Oakland clinched a playoff spot even before playing Seattle as New York knocked off Tampa Bay 4-1. Then following the A's 7-3 victory, this was the scene in the visitors' clubhouse.
So champagne awaits that group as they turn right and head into the clubhouse. Chris Davis, MVP candidate. What a group. And well deserved. They have been the best team in baseball record-wise since the middle of June. So they deserve this as much as any team in baseball. They have been awesome.
Yeah, and it's the Seattle staff that has to clean all that up. I don't know how that works. Oakland still has a chance to catch Houston for the American League West title, but in the meantime can celebrate their first playoff appearance since 2014. In last night's win, Oakland got 4 home runs from Jonathan Lucroy, Jed Lowry, Chris Davis, and Matt Chapman. The Mariners also got home runs from Robinson Cano and D. Gordon, but not enough to take the win. James Paxton made a return from being on the DL for 17 games. He went 4 innings, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. Seattle and Oakland play again tonight. Mike Leake, there you go, against Brett Anderson. Also in the American League West last night, as we look at the Les Schwab scoreboard, Houston's magic number to clinch the West, 2 after a 5-3 win over Toronto. Brian McCann and Josh Reddick went deep for the Astros. Jose Brasino hit a walk-off home run in the 11th as the Angels outlasted the Rangers in Anaheim 5-4. Here's what's coming up on the prep schedule for today. First of all, in girls soccer, Manson hosting Brewster, Chelan's at Okanagan, Davis hosts Eastmont, Cascade plays at Cashmere, and Wenatchee hosts West Valley tonight in the Apple Bowl coming up at 7 o'clock. Volleyball tonight. It's a busy schedule indeed. It begins with Cascade Christian traveling to Easton. Entiad's at Wilson Creek. Manson hosting Tonasket. Waterville Mansfield's at Brewster. Cashmere hosts Cascade. Chelan's at Okanagan. And right here on the Ncwlife channel, it's Eastmont at Wenatchee from Eastmont High School. I'll be along courtside with Leanne Brenham for the play-by-play pregame at 6:50. Finally, in the pool today, Eastmont hosting Wenatchee. We'll have the results hopefully tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom on the Ncwlife channel. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. The Greater Wenatchee Area Technology Alliance, or GWATA, will hold their Innovator of the Year Awards tomorrow. The awards recognize individuals, students, and businesses in the Greater Wenatchee area for their contributions in making this area a better place to live. In tonight's feature story, Becca Freemuth of GWATA gives us a preview of what the awards are all about.
The 18th Annual Innovator Awards Luncheon is held at the Convention Center in Wenatchee on September 26th from 11:30 to 1:30. Over the years, we've recognized over 50 innovators in the area in a number of different ways. We've increased our awards from 2 that only feature businesses to now including educators and students as well. This year, we've had a lot of nominees from all around the region. We've got people up in Chelan, Cashmere, Leavenworth, Wenatchee, East Wenatchee, pretty much all of the school districts, all of the businesses all around North Central Washington. So we're really excited to really showcase what this region is bringing to technology, entrepreneurship, and pretty much just innovation. So although GWATA hosts the event, it's not GWATA that is nominating and selecting these finalists and nominees. GWATA puts together an independent committee from around North Central Washington to look through the nominees and select the finalists and the winners. The nominees are all nominated by community members. We've got 5 amazing awards to present during the day that all include education, businesses, entrepreneurs, students, to really honor and recognize the work that they're doing in their everyday life. It's really a community event, and we are really happy that over 300 people come to this event to support these people, these students, these teachers who are really making a difference in our community. By presenting these awards, we really are able to show our community that important work is being done right here in North Central Washington. You don't have to go to Seattle to see the innovation, to see the technology. People are doing it here. So we're just really excited and proud that we have partners and supporters who support us to be able to host an event like this. The Innovator Awards is just one of the 30 events that we host throughout the year, and so we really encourage people to come check us out. We have a lot of different events at different complexities, as simple as Tech Talk, which is every month at Badger Mountain. That is a free event, purely networking, super fun. It's a great event to come and just kind of learn what GWATA is. And so if you can't make it out to the Innovator Awards, we'll be at Tech Talk on October 4th, and we'll see you there.
A special thanks to NCWLife's Uriah Darby for putting that story together. The award presentation is Wednesday at the Wenatchee Convention Center from 11:30 to 1:30. NCWLife cameras will be rolling and will bring you the entire event at a later date. We'll be back with your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Eastern Washington, It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home, too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Welcome back to the Ncwlife Evening News. Beautiful day out there today, but will it stay that way? Let's take a look at our surface loop and see into the future for our weather. By tomorrow, a lot like today. Beautiful, sunny, unseasonably warm. In fact, we will be warmer tomorrow than our temperatures were today. And guess what? I think even warmer, maybe not warmer, but just as warm on Thursday as that area of high pressure off the British Columbia coast continues to bring us just that warm, beautiful air into the north central Washington area of Washington. We are seeing a little bit of a cool down as we move in Friday. Not so much for us, but to the west of us, we will cool down to about where we should be for this time of year. And then Saturday, we transition into some more wet weather. We do have increasing clouds on Saturday. Our temperatures will cool down as an area of low pressure moves towards the Pacific Northwest. By Sunday, mostly cloudy skies, a little bit cooler, and we will see a 20% chance of mainly isolated showers on Sunday, and that will be our case as we begin our work week next Monday as well. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. 50 degrees overnight low tonight, 81 for Wednesday and 80 on Thursday. Keep in mind, 73 degrees is our normal high temperature for this time of year. We'll go back to normal on Friday and Saturday with highs mainly in the mid-70s. Remember, increasing clouds though during the day on Saturday, and then a 20% chance of showers on Sunday and Monday with highs then in the upper 60s to around 70. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around north central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
I'm Jim Corcoran.
And I'm Ken Osborne.
And you're watching the NCW Life channel.